Hi everyone, welcome to this tutorial of Landslide. It's the version that's on their original studio album, Rumors. If you stay till the end, you'll see two links in the videos up above, and one will take you to my own cover version of it, and the other link will take you to my own arrangement of how I played the solo. Also, you can check out the description box below for a link to the tab. So I hope you enjoy this tutorial, and we'll see you in the lesson. Okay, so as we start the tutorial, we'll start first with the left-hand chords. You need a C, an E minor 7, an A minor 7, and an E minor 7. I see some people sometimes jumping over like this with the E minor 7, but if you use your first finger as an anchor, then there's very little movement. It's really efficient. So you just take your second finger up, pinky down, pinky off, second finger down, and then you put the E minor 7 back on, and then back to the C. So as you see, the left hand, there's very little movement in it. So C, E minor 7, A minor 7, E minor 7, C. And this is the intro and the verses. So this is really most of the song. Now what we're going to do with the right hand is we have a Travis picking pattern. So a Travis picking pattern, if you haven't done one before, the thumb is playing on the downbeat. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the thumb is alternating. And then the only thing that happens is sometimes you'll pinch together with the thumb, but sometimes you'll just play the notes in between. So 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So the fingers are playing the upbeats. They're playing the eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So 5, 3, 4, 2, 5, 3, 4. And that's the same pattern on every chord. So we have I suggest just keeping the tempo at whatever level you can play it at steadily. So you don't want to do this. And then, let me switch. What comes next? Let me switch. Right, you don't want to do that. If you can't switch the left hand quickly, then take the right hand slowly. And teach your hands to play together. Teach your fingers to synchronize left hand and right hand, and teach yourself how to play in rhythm. Okay, so that's important. Another thing for the right hand is don't jump around with your hand like this. To keep your hand steady, in this song you only need 3 fingers. So the ring finger and the pinky, they have a tendon that's joined here. And that's one reason why I don't recommend planting the pinky, because if you do end up using your ring finger in a song, that's a bad habit to get into because it feels very tense. You can feel the tension when you plant this and move this finger. But when you don't, and then the pinky can kind of move freely with the ring finger, you won't get problems with your hands. So, and you'll have much more freedom of movement. There's a lot of debate on that, but that's just my take on it. So what you can do in this song, though, to teach your hand to stay still and not jump around, is to just put the ring finger on the first string, because we're not using it right now, and especially in this part of the song. And at least you'll be teaching your hand how to stay still. Now, eventually, in the end, you can let go of that as well. And you'll see how I don't swat at the strings. I put all my fingers down on the strings when I start, okay? And then from here, I teach myself to go one finger at a time, so that when one finger plays and the other one's ready, it releases. So it's like little springboards. So when one lets go, the other plays. And that keeps your hand really still and close to the strings, rather than jumping around and missing. And sometimes you don't even realize how much your hand is moving. You just video yourself and watch. So, but this is a little tip on how to teach your hand, how to program, your hand and your fingers to stay still. So that's just a little tip about the right hand. Okay, let's get into the next part of the song, which is the chorus. It's a little bit trickier. Okay, so now we get into the transition from the verse to the chorus. So I'll just play that for you once and then we'll break it down. So here we go. This is from your playing. This is where she goes, sings. Okay, now, usually after the A minor 7, you go back to the E minor 7, right? But now we're going to do something similar, but not quite. We're going to go to a D7 with an F sharp in the bass. So that means we're going to take our second finger all the way up to the 6th string. Third finger is going to be on the A on the 3rd string. First finger is still here, but it's just acting as our anchor because we are going to need it in just a bit for the pull-off, or the hammer actually. So the pinky is going to go here onto the 2nd string. So we have those 3 notes, and the first finger is just holding down the fourth. Okay, so we're going to pinch those 3 all together. And then thumb plays 4, index goes to 3, and now we're going to hammer we're going to take our pinky off, and then we pinch with our middle finger and thumb, 6 and 2. And then we finish that up with 4th string again. So what we have, so from the A minor 7, okay, now leave that first finger there, take your 3rd finger to the 6th string and the 3rd fret for a G, but we're going to do a little pull off with our first finger, and then thumb plays 4, pinky is on the G on the 1st string, so we have 6, 4, 3, 4. So that measure again. Oops, no, that should have been 3. One more time. Okay, so I'll put those 2 together. Now go back to the D7 and do exactly the same thing. Okay, so those 3 together. Now we have an E minor. We're going to pinch. We're going to pinch 2 and 6. We're going to do kind of a little roll there where we pinch, index, thumb. So we have, and then our middle finger is going to play that 1st string. And then thumb, index, middle. Okay, so, and then the second measure of E minor, you're going to pinch 6 and 1 and do another little roll, and then 1 again, 6, 3, 4. So that second measure of E minor is, so both E minor measures are, okay, and then we just go back to the regular chords that are in the verse, and then you go through the chorus again. Okay, so
that's the two parts of the song. You just have a verse, you have a chorus. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a comment below, like and subscribe, all that good stuff, and definitely follow the other two videos in the links above so you can hear me play it, hear how I do my solo in the middle there, and then how to play that if you want to. All right, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.